you roll it down. And if you hit them, but your tire doesn't fall over, that's a smash.
Hey there everybody, Kira here, and today I'm coming to you with the ultimate homework hack. All we need is our hands. What I want to show you is the 9 times table hack. If you want to just copy me and put your hands out in front of you like this, what we want to do is number our fingers from 1 to 10. 1 being this pinky here and 10 being this pinky here. So let's say we want to know what the table 9 times 4 is. We find the 4th finger and put that down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what's left on this side of that finger is 3, and what's left on this side of that finger is 6. We put 3 and 6 together is 36. 9 times 4 is 36. Let's say we want to know what the table 9 times 6 is this time. We put down the 6th finger this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's left on this side of that finger is 5, and what's left on this side of that finger is 4. We put 5 and 4 together is 54. 9 times 6 is 54. I really hope you enjoyed this hack, and I will see you all in the next Hub Hacks video. Bye everybody.
Check out rte.ie/learn for lots more activities and things to do.
See that drive again there from Abby. The way she just steps past Rafferty and through for the score. Fabulous finish.
Hi guys, my name is Eamer and I just love sports. I love playing Gaelic football, volleyball, but my favourite sport has to be basketball. When I was 12, I was selected to play on the Irish international basketball team. Honestly, at that stage, I wasn't very good, but I worked really hard and I trained almost every day and even on weekends just to get better. All of my hard work paid off, and I was offered a scholarship to play basketball in America, and that was such an amazing experience. Sometimes we can find things difficult to do at first, but you'll notice the more you practice, the better you'll get. So these are some of my jerseys. This white one is a jersey that I wore when I was playing for Ireland. I was number 14, and I've been number 14 on every team that I've played on. It's like my lucky number. And then this is my warm-up shirt from one of the colleges that I played at in America, Florida Southern. So I also wanted to show you some of my pictures. This picture is from one of the clubs that I used to play with in Drimnagh. That's me going up for a rebound and grabbing it down like a beast. This one was when I won the Irish Schoolgirl of the Year award, and I got a little crystal basketball. It was really cool. Now, I think this might give you a bit of a giggle. This is me in beast mode. I'm passionate when I play basketball, and I absolutely love it. And then my last card that I want to show you is this. So I got a little player card, and it gives little bits of information about me on the back too. This was so cool. I felt like a famous football player or something when I got this made. I played the centre when I was playing basketball, so usually the centre is the biggest player on the court. Now, I'm 6 feet tall, so when I played basketball in Ireland, I generally was the biggest player on the court. But when I went to America, whoa, was I shocked. Most players that I played were at least this tall. I was probably the most undersized centre. So basically, your centre's job is to box out and rebound, so you gotta get a body on somebody and box them out, drive them out, and then you jump up, grab the rebound, and secure it. The other thing is post moves. So we do a lot of moves with our back to the basket. Generally in basketball, we spend a lot of time down here, so that's why squats are kind of important for a basketball player. So you call for the ball. You get your ball, you kind of look over your shoulder to see if there's defender is on your right or your left. And then I'll just teach you one move really quickly, okay? So this would be one of the moves that I would use a lot. So it's called an up and under. So basically, if the basketball goal was here, I'd take one step, bounce at the same time, and then you step through, and you step in kind of a circle and come up and shoot. So you can either do like a hook shot, or you can actually shoot. So that's my position, and you really, really have to work hard when you're a centre because you're getting banged quite a bit, so you have to be strong. So I always was doing weights and exercising a lot to really make sure that I was keeping strong. So one of the best players that I ever played with was a point guard. And the point guard is usually the person who brings the ball down the floor. So they have to have really good skills and be able to control the ball really, really well. And generally, that position is quite small. So my point guard was about this height. So for those of you that aren't tall, that does not mean you can't play basketball. It's for all shapes and sizes, believe you me. One thing that I always know that kids want to learn is how to put the ball behind their back. And it's actually really simple, and it's super fun trying it again, because when you finally succeed, you feel so good about yourself. Tap on the back. All right, so what you do is you get your ball and you're gonna just circle around your waist, okay? And I want you to get really comfortable with that and familiar, and then maybe you can speed it up. If you have music on, you can go to the beat of the music, then go the opposite direction. So this way you're getting really familiar with the ball in your hand and you're getting nice and comfortable. So really what we end up doing, it's the same thing as putting it around our waist, but instead of catching it with our other hand, we're gonna let it fall to the ground. Okay, I'll show that again. So we are doing around the waist, and instead of catching it, I let it drop. So that's a behind the back move, and in kind of like when it's sped up, this is what it looks like. Now, I was not able to do this in the beginning when I started playing basketball, but I put a lot of practice in, and sure enough, the skill came to me. Practice makes perfect. Don't give up if you're finding things hard or you're struggling with it. Keep going and keep trying, because eventually you'll nail it.
Yeah, that's a lovely pass inside.
I'm excited to invite you today to exercise with Eamer. What I want is for us to get our bodies up and moving. So even if you find some of the activities tough, the more you do them, the better you'll get, and it'll be easier each time. For instance, can you touch your toes without bending your knees? Let's give it a shot. Nearly there. Got them. Okay, it's not too bad. I can kind of feel a little bit of a pull in the back, but I think with more practice, I'll be able to do that a lot easier. If you can't do it today, maybe with some practice by tomorrow, you might just get a little bit closer to touching them. And then within a few weeks of practice, you'll probably be able to touch your toes. All right, now we're gonna go to the ground for some floor activities. First one we're gonna do is crunches. Now, I want you to put your fingers either to your temple here, or just behind your ears, or you can put them across your chest, whichever you feel most comfortable. You just don't want to pull on your neck because we don't want to have any injuries. Good job. All right, when you're coming up, I want you to really tense your stomach. This will help your muscles to contract and it will give you an even better workout. All right, here we go. Let's try for maybe 10. Give it everything you got, all right? Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, great job guys, 7, keep it up, 8, nearly there, 9, 10, bingo. Okay guys, we're nearly there. This is our last activity, so give it everything you've got. So the last one we're doing is the plank, and I'm gonna hold it for a little while and I'm gonna see if you guys can stay up with me. Okay, it's really important that you keep your back straight and flat and keep your bum down, all right? So, are you ready for this challenge? Accept it. Let's go. Whew. Okay, you might start to feel tired. I don't know about you, but my legs are starting to shake a little bit, but I'm gonna tap into my mental strength and I'm gonna stick with this. Okay, maybe 10 more seconds. Count with me. Á scéil. A hain, a dó, a trí, a cahar, a cúg, a sé, a shot, a hooked, a nay, a da! Woo! Yes! That was awesome! Well done! Honestly, I don't know about you, but I feel great. I can actually feel my brains multiplying. I would love to see you doing your activities. So please send me in videos of anything, you playing, just moving. Get mum and dad in, brothers and sisters. You can send your videos to me at rte.ie/learn. I cannot wait to see this. Woohoo!
Thanks.
You guys are finding lots of great ways of exercising and keeping active. Well done. Very impressive.
Hi, Smisha Lishna. Dinner Ulach Ross and across Trastira.
When I come home from school, I enjoy doing things like playing basketball. And I also like to play fetch with my dogs. I also like to play the saxophone. And they're all the things I enjoy doing. Bye.
Hi everyone, Moontor John here. I hope you're keeping well and that you had a great day at school. So I had an idea the other day. At the minute there could be a few hobbies that you have that you might not be able to do for a little while. So maybe you'd like to pick up another hobby. For example, loads of people right now are getting dogs because they might have more time at home to look after the dog properly. And other people have decided that they're going to pick up a new musical instrument. So when people decide they want to play an instrument, they might decide, right, that's it, I'm going to learn the piano, or the guitar, or whatever. So I thought I'd show you some unusual musical instruments that you can have a bit of fun with and that you might have never seen before. So the first one is called the jaw harp, or Jew's harp. Now, by the name, you might think that it's affiliated with the Jewish people, but it's actually been suggested that the name came from the French jeu trompe, which means a toy trumpet. So it's very, very small and it's made of steel. The jaw harp is also known as the mouth harp, and it's thought to have come from Asia thousands of years ago. Now, I'm not a professional player of any of these instruments, but I'm going to try and show you what the general idea is. And with the jaw harp, or the Jew's harp, the idea is that through breathing and flicking this piece here, which is called the trigger, you move this part here, which is called the reed. And when it's moving, the amount of air you push through gives it a different tone. So let's give it a go. So that was me not breathing, and you can still get a bit of a tone and a sound from it, but watch what happens when I breathe in. So it's a lot of fun to play with, and even if you don't actually want to create music with it, you can use it for sound effects. For example, Moontor John walked into the room and banged his head. Oh, I like this one, you can have a lot of fun with it. Now, the next instrument I want to show you is this one. It's called an ocarina. And ocarinas have evolved a lot since they were first invented. You can see on this one that there are holes all over it. They're at the front, they're on the back here, there's even one right here that you blow into. Now, instruments like the ocarina have been around for hundreds of years. They were in South America, they were in China, and they were in Africa. In Europe, there was an instrument called the gems horn, and it was made in the 16th century, and it was very similar to an ocarina, except that it was made from an animal's horn. In the 19th century, groups of ocarina players with different sized ocarinas used to play classical and folk music. But in 1928, the Japanese began making ocarinas, and they added 2 small holes to the old style. Japanese 12-hole ocarinas can play a larger scale because there's more holes to make more notes. So this is a 12-hole ocarina, so it's probably the Japanese design. So let's give it a go. So you have to put your 2 thumbs here and here to stop the air from escaping, and not like a whistle where it has 3 holes for your left hand and 3 for your right. The ocarina actually has 4 holes for each of your hands. So I've been doing a little bit of practicing, but again, I'm not a professional, so bear with me. So you can see it has a lovely sound and it's kind of mystical. Let's move on to the next instrument. Now this next one here is a very calm and mellow Zen instrument. It's really calming to play, and it's called the steel tongue drum. The steel tongue drum is a percussion instrument. Now the interesting thing about this type of drum is that it was only invented in 2007 by a man named Dennis Havlena. So Dennis made it from a propane gas tank, and the original steel tongue drum was called a hank drum, which is a cross between the hang handpan, a different type of instrument, and the gas tank, so it's called the hang tank. So let's give it a try. You have these 2 sticks with it as well, with rubber on the top, and each one of these tongues plays a different note. I am at one with the universe, and I love nature. So the best thing about the steel tongue drum is that it's actually very hard to make it sound like you're doing it wrong, because it just sounds so calming. Let's have another listen. It doesn't really matter what keys you hit, it still kind of sounds nice always. Now the last instrument I want to show you is the complete opposite to the calming, beautiful Zen steel tongue drum. These are called boom whackers, and as the name suggests, they are not calming, they are not quiet, and they are lots of fun. Now it's quite hard to get a note out of a boom whacker. It's only when you play at least another one that you can hear the difference in tone, and that's when the fun of trying to create a song starts. Let's have a listen. And the way we play a boom whacker is to pick them up and whack them. So each one creates a different note when you smack it. I would recommend you doing this with someone else and trying to time the notes together to make a song. Boom whackers are an American instrument invented back in 1994 by a man named Craig Ramsell. He was at home recovering from illness when he came up with the idea. So, there we go. We've just gone through 4 different musical instruments. I know a lot of music teachers are doing lessons online over Zoom, so it's always possible to learn a new instrument. So why not pick one up? And why not pick up an instrument that many people have never heard of? Give it a go and have fun with it. Slán go fóill. Don't go anywhere. Ciana is showing us how sound travels.
The vibrations are travelling through the string.
And in the Hub Lab, Phil of Science is, well, blowing things up again.
Doesn't expect that to be so loud.
Koniec części pierwszej.
Welcome back to After School Hub. don't forget to send us all your videos and photos. Go to rte.ie/learn.
There are loads of budding scientists out there doing amazing experiments every day.
Today I'll be trying the water tornado experiment. I got 2 bottles, one filled with water and red food colouring, and the other filled with nothing.
Interesting.
When I turn it upside down, nothing happens.
That's how to do it.
Whoa!
Scientist Phil will be proud. Well done, guys.
Why is it when you open a carbonated soft drink, or otherwise known as fizzy drink, that it fizzes up? And when you go, all the bubbles come out of solution and come bigger. That's exactly what we're going to talk a little bit about today, and some pressure. My name is Phil and you are in my space. Welcome. And the good thing about what we try here today is that you can try some of this stuff yourself in your very own space with your very own people, or dog or cat or hamster. 'Tis up to you. And why not? Let's get started with some pressure. And the very thing interesting about this, apart from how fabulous this may taste now, is that the bubbles are bigger. And the reason has to do with some laws in science, and laws are basically rules that help us understand what happens in the world. Because when you increase the pressure, you reduce the volume. So volume is the amount of space that something takes up. So if you imagine that if you're squeezing something with pressure, it's going to get smaller. Or if you had a balloon and you brought it down underwater, the deeper that you went and the bigger that the pressure got, the smaller that the balloon would get. And if you let it go down the bottom, it would go up to the top, it would gradually get bigger again. Same kind of things happening inside that bottle. And what I thought I'd do was I thought I'd use an excuse to eat marshmallows, which is always welcome in here. Any excuse that you need is obviously welcome too. I have a little device here which pressurizes or adds gas to a bottle. We're going to add some marshmallows to a plastic bottle, and we are going to increase the pressure inside. Now, do you think that they're going to get bigger? Do you think they're going to get smaller? Do you think they're going to change colour? Have a guess, make a prediction, think about what you've seen happen in the world before. Okay, so we've got some marshmallows here inside. That's some pink ones and white ones. They're both delicious. I'm going to connect this up to the bottle. Let me make sure it's nice and tight. And every time that I do this, it adds a little bit of air inside it, so it adds pressure into it. Now this only adds a tiny little bit of each time, so this may take a while. But watch what happens to these as they go. So, okay, training. I can feel the bottle is actually starting to get a bit harder because we're adding more stuff inside. Now air has mass, it takes up space, so when I go like that, you see my hair move. That's why wind turbines are able to move. Maybe we can have a speedy up bit. So you can see now, if you couldn't, when you'll see it when I actually release the pressure, what size the marshmallows are now. So they've gotten less. So when I release this, so they're down like 1, 2, watch what happens to the marshmallows as I release the pressure. See the way they kind of spread out again? Let's try with some bigger marshmallows, might be easier to see. So if I put them into, again, I might need a speedy up bit now because I'm gonna have to try and fit these marshmallows inside this bottle. And the trouble is that the marshmallows are exactly the same size as the neck of the bottle. So this may take a little bit of get in. Now my finger is stuck inside the marshmallow and the bottle. And let's try this in reverse, a little bit bigger scale, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Right, we're in the back of the lab. Now, you may have seen these before. These are fume hoods. We do experiments with either gases or things that might be a bit dangerous. We are going to do an experiment with the balloon. I've been successful in blowing this up, even with great difficulty, because I have not been able to get this, because the marshmallow was... we'll fix that later. But anyway, I'm going to open the fume hood. Now, what I have here is a chamber. And inside this chamber is what I'm going to put the balloon into. And in the previous experiment, what we were doing is we were adding gas into it. We were adding pressure, putting stuff in it that made the marshmallows go smaller. And then when we released the pressure, they got bigger again. So what we're going to do with this one is we were going to attach a vacuum pump. And what a vacuum pump is exactly like what your vacuum at home does. It sucks air or sucks dirt out of a space. So with this, it is a chamber that is designed to be able to hold that kind of pressure. And there's a little hose that goes into it and it's going to start sucking the air. So what I want you to do is to watch the balloon and see what happens when we suck out air. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to get bigger, smaller. We're taking air out of the thing. So it starts growing and growing and growing and growing. Ah! Wasn't expecting that to be so loud. The air sucked out so much that there was so little pressure inside that the balloon stretched and stretched and stretched and burst. So if we release the tube, you see the air rushes back in and the bits fly around. And that's exactly what we were doing earlier on, but we were pressurizing a container, making things smaller. Then when we released the pressure and the air out, marshmallows got bigger again. This was kind of the opposite. But you're seeing how pressure differences, whether if you go deep in the ocean or if you go high on mountains, how they can affect the body and different materials as well. And that's really what you want to do about it. And maybe I should try and get this. Ah, fantastic. I'm so relieved. I can finally play the piano. I was never able to do it before, but at least now I can try. For everything else, try rte.ie/learn, where you'll find out a whole host of different things. Lots of things for you to try, explore, and have a bit of fun doing. See you next time. Bye.
Welcome along to Martin's Shed. Today we're going to be baking with a very special kit I brought back all the way from Mars.
Oh, well, don't forget my hammer's still stuck up in Mars, MC.
Yeah, you don't need a hammer to bake, Martin. All right, let's have a look.
You know, I'm actually really excited for today's show.
Oh, just managed to get here in one piece. And, what is... This is the ingredients, I think.
That's it.
Let me just... Okay. Let's see. Okay. Pour contents of packet onto the plate and then put 1 drop of water. Leave in microwave for 15 seconds.
Even you could follow those instructions, MC.
Oh, thanks, Martin. Glad you're here to be my assistant. Always the help. All right. Okay. And then 1 drop.
Oh.
There we go.
Nice.
Alrighty. Let's put it in the microwave.
Pop it in the microwave. Oh, here we go.
And then...
Time for Mars cakes.
Okay, I guess now we just wait. What can we do for 15 seconds?
Oh, this is the best TV cooking show ever.
Only a few more seconds left, Martin.
Woo! Microwave spin round, baby, right round like the record, baby, round, 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 round. Microwave spin round, baby, right round like the record, baby, right round, round, round. Microwave spin round, baby, right round like the record, baby, right round, round, round. Microwave spin round, baby, right round like a record, baby, right round, round, round. Bing! Oh, we should be cooking and baking more often, MC. This is so much fun.
Really? Do you not remember the last time we baked? Why is there a chicken in the shed?
For the big cooking show.
So we're getting a little bit fancy with a little bit of vanilla essence.
Yeah, I think that'll do.
And finally, to top it off, some sprinkles.
What?
We can make ourselves a brand new recipe.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Martin, and that's why I don't bring my phone into the shed anymore. Oh. All right, before I open it, any last guesses as to what it could be?
No, I think it's going to be a drizzle cake.
Oh, I think it could be lemon meringue, although they don't have lemons on Mars.
But come on, come on, come on.
Let's just do it. All right. What? Oh, it stinks. What is it?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't think I'm putting any birthday candles on that thing, MC.
I think you should try some, Martin.
Oh, no, I couldn't. Please.
No, I insist, Martin.
No, it doesn't even look like a cake.
Okay, I'll do it.
What is it?
No, I can't. Oh, it's disgusting. We'll see in a while. Oh, smell of that.
Hi After School Hub, I'm Kira, and after school I like baking, so today I'm going to make banana bread.
Lots of you have been busy baking at home. Keep sending in those videos and uploads to the After School Hub. We love to hear from you.
Here guys, the finishing product. It looks really good, right? Hope you enjoyed.
Díomh agus fáiltear óbaisteach ag After School Hub is Misha Múntar Cliana. Now, I am so excited because I'm going to show you something that I used to do all the time when I was your age with my friends. We're going to step back in time and we're going to use some old-fashioned technology to make a string phone while learning about sound waves with this fun science project. So, all you need is some string, a sharpened pencil or a pen, and 2 paper cups to get started. Away, Lynn. Now, you can cut a long piece of string, or if you don't have string in your house, you could use some thread, you could use some wool, whatever you have that's handy. And you can experiment with different lengths, but for today, we're going to start with 2 meters. And it's a good place to start because that makes sure that we're socially distanced. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to poke a small hole in the bottom of each cup, okay? So I'm going to try to aim for the middle, and I twist my pen around, oopsie daisy, and I can see it coming through there, perfect. And I'll do the same with the other one. Oops, twisty, 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 and we're through. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my string and thread it through each cup. So here I go, I'm going to actually point the hole in that way, and I'm going to pop my string through there. And then I'm going to tie a knot at the end of my string to stop it from pulling through the cup. Or you can use a paper clip or kind of even a little piece of tape to hold the string in place. But I'm just going to tie a knot because my string is nice and thick. So here we go. I'm going to make sure that that's nice and taut. Now, and I'm going to pull it through. There we go. And that's not going anywhere. So I'm going to do the same with my other cup. So I'm going to poke the hole through here like that. And I'm going to check on the other side and use my hand to pull it through if I can. This cup is a little small. Now, there we go. Remember, I'm tying a knot to make sure that when I pull my string, the knot won't go through and my string stays in place. Okay? So you need to hold the cup at a distance to make sure that the string is nice and tight. So we don't want it sitting lazily like this. We want it nice and tight and taut. And you also have to make sure that the string isn't touching anything else. So you will stretch out. I can't even do it now because my arms aren't 2 meters apart, but you're going to stretch them out to make sure that the string is nice and taut. So one person talks into the cup. So I could say hello, while the other person puts the cup to their ear and listens. Okay? And then you can test if you can hear each other. So one person is speaking while the other person is listening. So how is this happening? Speaking into the cup creates sound waves, which are converted into vibrations at the bottom of the cup. So even if I speak into this now and I hold a string, if I say hello, I can feel the cup kind of move. So it's vibrating. I say hello, and I can actually feel it on my hand. So the vibrations travel along the string and are converted back into sound waves. So I'm making sound waves into my cup, which are turning into vibrations. The vibrations will travel all the way along to the other cup, and they convert back into sound waves so that your friend or whoever's at the other end can hear what you said. Now, sound can travel through the air the way I'm speaking to you now. My voice is traveling through the air, but it travels even better through something solid, such as a cup and a string. So it can allow you to hear sounds that might be too far away when traveling through the air. So if I'm 2 meters away from someone and I'm speaking quietly, they might not be able to hear me. But if I'm 2 meters away with a cup and a string, they'll definitely be able to hear me. So landline telephones feature microphones that convert sound waves into electric currents, and then they're sent through wires and converted back into sound waves by an earphone inside the telephone at the other end. But a lot of people actually don't even have landlines anymore, and what we're using are mobile phones. Modern mobile phones use radio waves, and so they're electromagnetic. Other things that you might find in your house even that are electromagnetic are microwaves, or in hospitals, X-rays, or infrared. So we use our mobile phones. It sends an electromagnetic current to a base station which bounces back and goes to the other phone that you are calling. So today's mobile phones are a marvel of modern technology, featuring not only the ability to make phone calls, but also surf the web, play music, view documents, and much more. But it all had to start somewhere. So we've gone way back in time and we are trying an old-fashioned method of communication. So there we have it. We've learned that sound travels through vibrations really well. Why not see how far you can distance with string and still hear? Send us in your findings. Hey, Mr. Ray, will you come help me with something?
Yeah, of course.
Great. So we're going to test a string and cup phone, okay?
Cool.
So string has to be taut, pull tight. One of us listens, the other one speaks. I'm going to explain to you how this works.
I'm listening.
The vibrations of my voice are travelling along the string and then are reconverting themselves back into sound waves. So that is the reason that you can hear me quite clearly. Am I correct?
Yeah, I can hear you. Now you listen to me. Ooh, see how my frequency changes. Ooh, la.
It's like a whale song.
Fantastic.
Have plenty of fun with this at home, guys, okay? Slán!
Coming up after the break, Ray has gone back in time. And Karen is getting us moving again.
I am here again to show you some very fun dance moves.
Connie's Tensty Drugay. history, and my favorite type of history is women in history. My favorite person is Frida Kahlo, because I think she's interesting, and she showed the world how to be happy all the time.
Hey everybody, Karen here. Some of you might remember me from Dancing with the Stars. I am here again to show you some very fun dance moves. We're going to be dancing Waka Waka by Shakira. We're going to break it up over 5 days. So each day you're going to learn a small section, and by the end of the week, by Friday, we're going to be dancing the whole thing around our sitting room or kitchen and with your whole family. So anybody that's in your house, get them up, get them involved and get dancing. So what we are going to do next is our next few steps. But before I do that, I'm going to do a recap of all the dance steps we've learned so far. If you weren't tuned in, that's okay, because I'm going to break them down again. So, from the very beginning. So, we start rolling the shoulders, rolling, and remember this song is Waka Waka Shakira, one of my favourites. So, we start down and up. Very good. Down. Come on, get everybody dancing. Up. Get your mom, get your dad, everybody dancing with you. Woo. And down. Very good. Forward. Stretch the arms. Up and up and up and up and up. How fun is this? Super fun. Up. Arms. Very good. Punch in the air. Up. 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 Side. Arms. Stretch them. Up to the sky. Up to the sky. Up to the sky. Now we're going to do our funny knees. Forward. Back. Knees. Arms. Forward. Back. Knees. Arms. Now we're going to do stop, stop. So stretch the arms up. Don't let them drop, keep them up. Heel, double, heel, yep, heel, up. Big jumps, side, right leg, 2, 3, 4, change, left leg, 2, 3, 4, very good, yep, 2, 3, change, heel, 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 and so that is what we have so far. Now let's move on. So we're nearly finished our dance, everybody. By Friday, we're gonna have it so good and you're gonna get everybody up joining in and learning it with you. So next step that we're going to do is feet apart, very easy. Again, we're gonna go like we've already done before, stretch the arms up, stretch the arms up nice and high, up nice and high. Now, as easy as we're gonna, this is the legs, so we're gonna do left, right, left, right. So imagine we're doing the shape of a square. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left, right, back, back. Left, right, back, back. And of course, we're gonna add in our arms as well. So we do up, up, down, down. Push up, up, down, down. So make sure them arms are super strong. So push the arms and our fingers really strong. Up and down, up and down. And guess what's next? The chorus. So again, like we done, our funny knees. Back, close and open. Forward, back, close and open. So we're gonna recap from the beginning. Push the arms up, big stretch, up, and up. Now box step, up, up, down, down. Big arms, and again, big arms, down, big arms, down. Chorus. Make sure we really do hand very strong, back, clap, knees, arms, hand, back, knees, arms. And that is, so far, we are nearly done with the dance. So I hope you all had a great day today and you enjoyed more dancing, and I cannot wait to see you all again tomorrow to do more dancing fun. So bye-bye and tune in tomorrow.
You think this thing is getting bigger, MC?
Oh yeah, and the little green dots. I don't know.
Still doesn't look like a cake, though. I bet you wouldn't touch it.
Okay, no big deal.
Oh, you touched the Mars cake.
Yeah, well, now the Mars cake's on you.
No, don't have Mars cake on me.
Yeah, you do. Martin, Mars cake, Mars cake, Mars cake, Martin's a Mars cake.
I don't have any Mars cake.
Yeah, and everybody at home saw it too. Martin's a Mars cake. Ah.
Okay, MC, what are we going to do for the rest of the show, huh?
I have no idea. I mean, we have a microwave here. Is there anything about food we could do?
Oh, how about Martin's top 5 favourite foods?
Ah, good idea. Let's talk about foods we can eat instead of this thing.
Here we go. Hey there, folks. No, I'm an omnivore, like you. So that means that I eat both plants and animals. All right, let's check out Martin's top 5 favourite foods. Bouncing in at number 5, they're colourful and juicy. They're berries. Popping in at number 4, they're green and slimy. It's frogs. Yep.
Oh, Martin.
So in at number 3, they got 6 legs and each is tastier than the next. It's insects.
Don't eat me.
Oh, Martin. Oh. Flapping in at number 2, it's birds. And the number 1 Martin's favourite food is rodents and small mammals.
Oh, Martin. Okay, I'm done.
Oh, what's so gross about that? Oh, look at the size of it now, MC.
Yeah, I am definitely not eating that.
Oh, Mars cake, what have you baked, MC?
What have I baked? The microwave did it.
Touch it again.
No, I'm not touching that thing again.
I'll jab it with the fork.
Oh, careful.
Oh. Do you hear that?
It's moving. It's squeaking. I think this thing is alive. Wait a minute. Mars ink incorporated. Mars making kit. This is a Martian making kit, Mark. Not a Martian baking kit. We've made a Martian.
In the shed.
It's kind of cute, though.
Well, I think the little Martian just farted, MC.
Yeah, I think it was a big fart from a little Martian. Ooh. Oh, see you tomorrow.
Hi there, everybody. Welcome along to After School Hub. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Moontour Ray and Show. Just remembered, I left my phone on. I'll just turn it off. Back in a second. Oh, good afternoon. Such a pleasure to see you. I don't know where Moontour Ray is today, so I'll take this opportunity to introduce myself. You may know who I am, you may not. My name is James Connolly, and you could say that I was an active participant and a leader in some of the most historic moments that shaped the country that you live in today. Now, I was born back in 1868. However, I didn't live to see past the age of 48 years. I was born in the city of Edinburgh in Scotland. I had 2 older brothers, and we grew up in a tiny house in what could be called the slums of the city. The poverty that I experienced in my early years, though, I would never forget it. It formed my outlook on life. It formed my outlook on people and their right to their dignity, no matter how poor they may be. At the age of just 14, I joined the British Army. Now, for this, I had to lie about my age. I even lied about my name. I went by the name of James Reed. So, I was in the British Army. And where did they send me? Ireland. Now, during that time, I was involved in what was known as the Land War. This was a war fought by ordinary working Irish people against the British landowners. I was supposed to be on the side of the British Army and sent there to protect the wealthy. But remember how I grew up. It was time for a dramatic change. So I deserted. I quit. I became extremely interested in politics, in particular, in socialism. Now, socialism is a way of living our life as a society. If all the things we do, we work hard and we create wealth and money, then this wealth should be shared among everyone. Now, this certainly seemed like a good idea to me. When I returned to Ireland, it was 1910. And this is where things started getting serious. I began working for a great trade unionist named James Larkin. Now, a trade union is where the workers organize themselves together so they can claim their rights as people. Such was the level of upheaval that we had founded an army named the Irish Citizen Army to protect workers' rights. We also believed in Irish freedom. Freedom from the British government as a socialist republic. I wrote at the time, the Irish working class is a phenomenon in Ireland. They propose to steer their own course, to carve their own future. Basically, I believed in revolution. Then, in January 1916, I was approached by other organizations. They had been planning an insurrection, an armed rebellion that would become known as the Easter Rising. 220 members of the Irish Citizens Army took part, alongside other revolutionary groups such as the Irish Republican Brotherhood. I had gone from organizing workers to leading an army into overthrowing British rule in Ireland. But my leadership was considered formidable. Michael Collins is quoted as saying that he would have followed James Connolly through hell. Monday, April 24th, 1916, I led the headquarters battalion from Liberty Hall to the General Post Office, the GPO, and commanded military operations there throughout the week. I took constant risks with my own safety. But even after being severely wounded, on the 27th of April, I remained, as Pádraig McPíris said, still the guiding brain of our resistance. But on the following Saturday, I supported the majority view of the leaders that we should surrender. Under military escort, I was carried to the Red Cross Hospital at Dublin Castle, where hours later, I signed Pearse's surrender order on behalf of the Irish Citizen Army. After a few weeks, I was brought in a military ambulance to Kilmainham Hospital. And from here, I was marched across the road and into the Breakers' Yard in Kilmainham Jail, where I faced the British firing squad. Thank you for listening to my story. I'm fortunate that many people in Ireland and all over the world still know who I am and what I fought for. Well, it was lovely to meet you all, and I hope you learned just a little bit about me and my life in Ireland during such an incredible time in our history. So, how about you? I'd love to hear your interpretation of great figures in history. Why not make a video of your favorite historical figures and send them in? I know that guy Munto Ray, he'd love to see them. I better go find that guy. I'll see you later.
We love seeing what you get up to when you get home from school. You've been keeping busy. Why don't you send us your videos showing us your favourite after-school activities?
When I get home from school, I love to play with my dog, Miley.
What do you do when you come home from school?
I look at the sun. This is my fun house.
This is a toadstool for fairies to sit on.
Cool. Keep sending in those videos and uploads to the After School Hub. We love to hear from you.
I certainly hope you've been paying attention this week, because tomorrow we're going to be doing Munthor John's fabulous fun time quiz to see what you've learned and what you know already. Tune in. One more question.
Catch us Monday to Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on RTE2. Join us and join in.
Previously on Ballybread.
Have you decided the lineup? You've seen how I can score goals.
I'm moving you to defence.
Huh?
Eamer. I'm off in 10 minutes. Let's work on some moves. Oh, and keep this evening free. We're way behind on the project.
You mean I am?
I didn't want to put it so bluntly, but I'll help you get caught up.
I need to tell you something.
Beaks! Mom says the dishes won't wash themselves.
Fiona's deliberate.